So that tells you. And one of the releases I did before that, I put out 100 CDs, and again I think I sold about 5 of them. Oh, don't worry about that. I'm not, I'm not saying this for that reason. I mean, most of my music I put out for free anyway. Or under a pay what you think is worth basis, and if you don't want to pay anything, then that's fine too. But it's kind of disheartening when you put your all into something and people just aren't interested. I mean, don't get me wrong, the music I was doing before is very, very niche. But even within that niche, people just... Like, there's kind of a... Like, the internet, especially since MySpace, has been... Or since after MySpace closed, anyway, the internet has kind of been a double-edged sword for music. It's much easier to get stuff out there and in the hopes of, making some kind of profit from it than it was in the MySpace days. But it's much difficult to get people to pay attention now. Whereas in MySpace, if someone commented on your page, or if they wanted to reply, if you wanted to reply to a comment in the MySpace days, you would actually have to physically go to their profile and click comments. And you could also set up on your own profile songs that would autoplay. So if you just commented on people's profiles, if they replied, they would have to go to your page, and inevitably they would hear your stuff unless they had the sound off. So you kind of force more people to discover your music that way. I mean, it sounds more scummy than it is, but that's just how the site worked. And then Facebook came along and have inevitably made it more and more difficult for people to get their, even for their, your page's followers to see all your posts. God damn it. It's like I say, it's just one of those things where unless you were incredibly lucky, and I knew that at the time when I started, that it was totally based on luck whether or not I would get anywhere with it. But still, you always have some kind of hope that, and again, me starting off in the MySpace days, I could get people to, I did get a decent following, but that dropped off as time went on, and various things meant that I was slow with releases as well. And the amount of times that I just lost interest in stuff because it just didn't seem worth doing. But like I say, I'm not bitching or anything because, I put all this work into my music and no one gives a shit, because I know full well the limitations of trying to make money with music, and I know full well the limitations of trying to make money with music that is in a niche market in the first place. But at this point, ideally, I would like to maybe do music that's inspired by video games. Not necessarily like 8-bit stuff and things like that, although if I could figure out a way to get the decent sounds and me physically edit them, then I would. you know, I'm not opposed to trying that at some point, but you know, that's what I want to do, and see where that leads me. If nothing else, to just do it for fun. And yeah, nonetheless, the thought is appreciated. I'm just saying, you know, I'm not saying these things. You know what? Basically, all I'm telling you is how things have gone for me, and it's the story of so many people on in the music world, where unless you become a session musician, and even then you don't get it's not like having a regular job, you know. I think the only way you can regularly make money with music is if you become a music teacher of some sort, and you're working in either a school or a college or a university, something along those lines. Because even if you're a private tutor, you might be able to make money, but if no one's hiring you, then you're not going to make money from it. So like say, you know, it's just I'm just being matter of fact about it, you know. But I'm certainly not saying these things so that you know, people will pity me and throw money at me because I've had a hard time in things. It's, you know, because that's not the case. It's just I was one of the many unlucky ones. It's just unfortunate that yeah, after the stream I'll share some of the stuff I've done with you, but it's, you know, like I say, it's not necessarily representative of anything I would do now. You know, there's been a fair few years of growth in that time, so well, personal growth, not necessarily musical growth, but okay, I don't know why we're being taken out so easily at this point. But yeah, if you remind me, I'll share some stuff after the stream with you on Discord. Yeah, unfortunately, because of my general my general personality and a fair few other things that I don't want to go into, I find the concept of standard 9 to 5 to be suffocating. You know, I know from... Oh, okay, you can't block that by the looks. Anyone want to help with this?
Thanks. Want some?
Okay, well that's good to know at least.
One false move and we're done for. Just keep it together, Prompto.
But yeah, like I say, it's just one of those things where, like the last time I attempted some sort of daily routine where I had to go out and, you know, physically go out and go somewhere all the time, it seriously damaged me. And that was college, doing photography in 2011, early 2012, or from 2011 to early 2012, and like I say, it seriously, it didn't do wonders, put it that way. Actually, the sad part about it is that I actually the other day came up with a pretty decent, or discovered pretty decent business opportunity that, or a serious gap in the British marketplace for certain things, which again I'm not going to discuss. But I don't have the money or the or the ability to even start it, so like it's not even like I necessarily have bad ideas or make wrong choices. It's just that sometimes I have good ideas that I'm not able to pull through on for whatever reason, or the good choices I make don't work out. Like the majority of the problems that I face today are the direct result of me going to university. Ironic, isn't it? You know, you're told all your life, you know, go to university, make the right choices, stay in school, get an education, and etc. And that's exactly the thing that went wrong for me. Dragon's Den would not be interested, I can tell you that now, because it's not an invention or anything like that. It's just something that I know for a fact is seriously lacking in the British market space. I mean, to stress, right, I'll talk to you about it later on. You know, it's just not something that I really want to discuss on stream, you know. At least it's not worth me discussing it on stream, put it that way. Yeah, I can almost guarantee Dragon's Den, which for those in the US is basically our version of Shark Tank. They would not pay. No, and most of the British and probably the American business world, because it involves alternative people and alternative lifestyles. You know, and I've been told time and time again that it's not feasible to do things that pertain to those to that that lifestyle by members of the British establishment. You know, I've been told that so many times, and yet I know the opposite is true. But I can't get anyone on board, so I gave up in around 2012.
Ready, guys?
You know, because like I say, although I'm persistent, I'm persistent to a point. I do eventually give up and lose interest in things if I'm not making any headway at all after a while, and this is one of the cases where I know that'll be the case because I tried it before, or something very similar before. Hey Mimi, can someone do the uptime command, please?
Nice work, Gladio. Oh, hi there, openings.
So yeah, as a result, this is just kind of because this is taking so long. This has kind of turned into a podcast about certain things that affect my life directly. Again, I didn't necessarily intend for it to turn out that way, but that's just how where the conversation went. I'm a fairly open book with most things, though.
Let's go, fellas. Ready.
I believe in transparency to a certain degree. You know, unless it's in places where it's totally inappropriate. Which is why there are certain things I will never talk about. Like ice cream. I will probably end up cue the 3,000 times where I have talked about ice cream on stream. Yeah, Mimi, literally all we have done this stream is fight this damn turtle. That is it. And we're about between a third and 3/4 of the way down.
I'm just the thing.
Yeah, ice cream is great. Don't get me wrong. Okay, what's everyone's favorite flavors of ice cream? I'm going to break my ice cream rule that I just made up for stupid reasons.
All over.
So, favorite ice cream flavors, go. Good choice, Panda. Oh, yeah. Distressa, yeah. So, oh god, I'm banned from my own stream again. Thanks, Des. Yeah, my favourite thing, I can't say I necessarily have one favourite, because I don't. Because I love vanilla, especially Cornish vanilla. Oh god, that stuff is so good. I really like chocolate, and I love strawberry, and I love raspberry ripple, which is basically, I'm not sure if it's a flavour elsewhere in the world, but it's basically vanilla ice cream with like, it's sort of like jam, because it's marginally thicker than the actual ice cream, but it's not jam, because I can't stand jam. Unless you're talking about The Jam, which are a pretty decent band, although the only thing I found with them is that the good songs are really good, and they have a lot of songs that I like, or a couple of songs that I like, and then they have some that I just can't stand.
So, this is how it feels to be rescued by a prince. Go back to sleep, beauty.
I don't know where Ignis is. Hopefully Gladio will take care of Ignis. Ah, yeah, he did.
We can turn the tide yet.
Yeah, Mimi, this is pretty much par for the course from what I can gather.
All right.
I mean, I'm about 30 levels under leveled, but still.
Got it! Oh, hi there.
I have
opening.
no idea.
Nice bigness.
But yeah, so like I say, it's basically vanilla ice cream with a little bit of, like I say, I want to say jam.
Certainly don't expect this much trouble.
Raspberry jam. It probably isn't, but that's, like I say, it has a thicker consistency than the actual ice cream, so yeah. But yeah, it's really nice. A treat that we normally have for Christmas is mint chocolate Viennetta, which is basically, it's like an ice cream cake where it has dark chocolate on it, and and then it has like standard ice cream and mint ice cream in it, and that is amazing.
Together, Prompto.
It's actually the kind of thing that makes me glad that I never went vegan.
Okay.
Not that I'm vegetarian either, because
I know.
my stomach actually has a very, very low tolerance for fruit and vegetable matter. So
Oh, hi there, opening.
well, everyone should crave ice cream because it's really good. I mean, to be fair, I want to as well. Also, this Christmas we tried some Ben and Jerry's, and I think the one I've tried so far is cookies. It's the one where it's basically chocolate but with little bits of Oreo in it. Oh god, is that nice! The only problem with it is it's so thick that when you first get it out the freezer, it's almost impossible to take any out without bending the spoon to shreds. Well, that's what we discovered anyway. So we left it out for a little while, and it melted pretty quickly. Like, not to the point that you couldn't put it back in the freezer again, but it basically turned to mush. And yeah, it's really nice, but it has a... God damn it. I don't even know what is happening to me, if I'm honest. I mean, I'm glad that it's not just me that's being taken out by it. Eventually it's also Prompto, but, or in some cases Ignis. Like I say, I don't understand what it's doing there and why we're getting hit by so much. But yeah, the thing I found with the Ben and Jerry's is that the cocoa content of the chocolate is quite high. So it's a little bit it's a little bit too much for my usual tastes. Like me being a milk chocolate fan. And white chocolate, so like I say, it's a little bit... I don't understand what's happening there. I really don't. So like I say, it's a little bit dark for my general taste, but as a treat, it's really nice. The only thing I found with it is that it is the kind of thing that I could get sick of really quickly if I had it all the time. And there's quite a lot of food like that where I really like it, but if I had it all the time, I would get sick of it for a while, and it would take me ages before I could eat it again. if I could ever eat it again, because I once used to love bananas when I was in nursery school. They'd have us take in a piece of fruit every day. So I'd always have bananas, although there were very rare occasions. There was one occasion where I remember taking in an orange and discovering that I hate oranges. And there was one instance when I took it, a couple of instances where I took in an apple instead, just as a change. But most of the time I'd have bananas. And it's now got to the point where I can't eat bananas at all now. I overdosed on them so much as a kid. So, I mean, I don't know if anyone else has ever had that, where they had a favourite food as a kid that they pretty much ate all the time, and then as an adult they cannot stand it anymore. Because my dad had the same thing with tomato ketchup. He used to love it, to the point where he would even have it on a Sunday roast.
Certainly, didn't expect this much trouble. Doesn't look good.
Ooh, an actual parry. Yay, something different. Okay, that was pretty cool.
Tired, buddy. Feeling a little tired too.
I'm glad I'm not the only one as far as bananas go. Yeah, cheesecake I had a bad experience with. And again, there's a lot of foods that with I'm sure other people have had similar experiences where they had one bad experience with the food as a kid, and they never ate it again. They can't stomach eating it again. For me, that was cheesecake and egg sandwiches. Well, eggs in general. Although I used to love scrambled eggs again as a kid, that I would have fairly often, and again I overdosed on them. Cannot stand egg anymore. Yeah, you could definitely feed a nation. You could probably feed an entire continent with this thing, actually.
Just stay alive till I get there.
Noctis style good old family gumbo, turtle gumbo. Made from 100% real Adamantoise. I'm actually contemplating letting Ignis and or Prompto go down for a second just to see if we can summon the Titan. Might be a plan.
Gotcha!
Might not be the best plan. But it is a plan nonetheless. I'm also certain that hitting his side does more damage. I mean, I don't like letting my Chocobros get taken out, but if it'll let me summon the Titan, it might be worth doing. At least just once, or for each of them.